audience, and they made it so easy.
Monroe. Everyone knows her. She's a local radio star here. I always get the shot, Sam. One way or another.
After the first domino falls, the rest go quick. He was a football player, big, loud, and sure. Good. He wouldn't take long. The demon knew it, and he didn't. The demons are already there. They just need ears to listen. It wasn't hard to make.
Excellent work. Gold star for you. Oh, hello. This is my goddaughter, Sophia. She's only 9 and she's a maths genius.
Hello.
I have to pop to my room to get something. Be nice to her while I'm gone. Otherwise I might have to smother you in your sleep.
What's your name? I'm Sophia. Pleased to meet you. Do you want to know a secret? Violet was taken by aliens in a ship. She doesn't want anyone to know.
Sorry about that. Sophia, your mother will be here for you soon, so run along and wait. Now, Sam, how can I help you? She has a wicked imagination for her age. Do you think you're sitting here now? Perception is reality, Sam. I needed to confide in someone, so I told Chief Dupont. Just Chief Dupont. And now you, apparently. Why are you talking about this again? You understand, every time you mention abduction, it opens up a vault of crushing memories that I'd rather stay locked up. No. Not even the moon. I don't really want to. About a month ago. The guest house was empty and I was alone in my bedroom. All I could hear was dripping. A cold tap. Drip. 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 And then it began. I could smell iron, a strong metallic smell. Then I could taste it on my tongue. And then weightlessness. Like time and space had stopped. That was the first time they took me. It's happened 5 times, even on clozapine. Get that strange aura, then I'm gone. I had tests for epilepsy, amongst other things. But all the scans were normal. As far as I know, I've gone. It's difficult to explain. I'm stuck in the wall of an enormous room made from these wooden vines, except the vines slowly move and drip with pain. My head is pushed out like I'm a trophy. If I look to my side, there are others, heads, all prisoners, being experimented on. They rearrange us like decorations, suck us backwards into the darkness and then thrust us back through the wall. And when they return me home, I'm broken. Cuts Bruises. Memories. Of course! Poe and Monroe. She's on the radio.
And to avoid the negative people in your life. And I also think that you are...
How could you let Chief Dupont do that? I'm not talking to you until you get this fixed. Bronwyn was on Tarotasm, Sam. Just like she was an hour ago. And they record everything, so her alibi should be without question. She was just lying to protect Lexi. She's maternal like that.
Carrying on as normal. But Marek, what I'd like to say to you is that maybe you're worrying too much about these negative people.
You're only alive because we want you to be.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Welcome to Poe's Curiosity Shop. Do you have an inkling what this might be?
So, there are 3 small metal bells attached to what looks like a square. The tag...
Hello, lovely. Take a look at this. It's a picture of the rota.
I don't want to see pictures of your conquests.
It's not like that. It's just a press photo. Do you see anything in it?
A girl holding a cello.
You don't see any movement. Just a rota.
The purpose of spirits away, as you might know. However, these ones are to invite...
Violet, if this is about releasing people from prison, the answer is no. I'm going to need hard evidence for that to happen. Now, go! Back to the guest house?
turning up at the station lately.
So does it just invite bad spirits, or...?
Not as a...
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain. Okay.
Is now closed.
You're listening to...
Who is Sophia?
You saw her, did you? She's my goddaughter, at that age where she overshares.
Is she a ghost?
What makes you say that, Rain? Is there something about her aura?
Germ, a gentle touch. But this monster was not that limited. All this needed was an audience to be easy here. This demon, this ghost.
Haven't you done enough predicting my death?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just kidding. I know it's not your fault. Well, unless you're the killer.
Have you made a decision about the show?
I think it's a no. Sorry. It's just the reading that you gave me the other day. I don't want to scare off the audience.
Why would I scare off your listeners? What reading? Why would I scare off your listeners?
They don't want to hear talk of death and darkness. Well, they do, if it's in a story. But you can't tell them they're going to die.
I said you were going to die?
You didn't say you're going to die, just like that, but I remember the death card. And the devil. And you said it was... What was the word you used? My challenge. That I needed to die so I could be free from my chains. I know you said it doesn't mean literal death, but maybe it does.
for the demon in their heart. Most people do anyway. A hollow rest, implant and grow the demon. The demon would grow stronger, too big for its stolen place, pushing love.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
That first girl, she was no different. She was nearly... There was so little light left to feast on in her world, in her every restful night. He tainted all of it. There was nothing left. Game until she got to her night up. She finally had enough of the burning in her chest, the weight on her shoulders, the pain from the deep.
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
To reach out in that subtle human way. Of course she did. That's just...
I need to talk about Ellis Monroe.
What have you been doing with Ellis Monroe?
What haven't I been doing? What have you heard?
The tarot readers have predicted that she's the next victim. Do you think we should do something?
Want to fool around?
No, I do not. I've got more important things to do, Zach.
She succumbed to the sickness, or tried at least. Girls almost never get it right on the... Hair fanned out around her pillow as she laid back, holding the bottle above her. Her final bedfellow.
Zach, what are you doing here?
I've been a naughty boy. I need to tell my previous partners.
Good to know. I'm not one of them though, so... Unless there's anything else?
Pose for me.
Zach, please stop asking. It's not gonna happen.
Just undo a few buttons, yeah?
Are you bullying me into taking my clothes off for you? That's sleazy. Just leave, Zach, before I call Chief DuPont.
Pills tore apart her liver. The doctor signs helped her, or tried at least. And the demon was quieted for a while, until he wasn't.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
The blood stained the porcelain and he relished in it. The pain let go, finally, and that fed him too. Grown his host, gotten too big for her poor soul to bear. With her, her true final bedfellow. But the virus wasn't...
Oscar, good. You got my message. Got some things to show you.
What have you got?
Does, this mean anything to you?
That's Dorota.
And what if I showed you this?
Ellis Monroe.
Do you know her?
She's from the radio.
And if I do this? No? Anything?
What are you doing?
That'll be all. You can go now.
Yeah. Big, loud, and sure. Good.
Oscar Wainwright. I've heard so much about you.
Were you sleeping with Dorota?
No. Were you? She just asked me to watch. I didn't even get past the adverts.
You watched her? Did you touch her?
She didn't bloody let me. The truth is, I would have loved to touch her. But she's just a massive tease. But well done you, though, for getting in there.
After a long day of pain, finding the water.
Oscar, I'm so sorry. What can I do?
Were you seeing Dorota?
Oscar, it's so much more complicated than that.
Why didn't you save her? Is it really? Tell me.
Oscar, I didn't mean to hurt anyone. That's not who I am. I go out of my way to help people, to be kind to them.
So were you helping or being kind?
I had feelings for her, Oscar. You should understand that. I'm sorry this is how you had to hear it. But maybe she didn't tell you because she was leaving me. I don't know. I'm sorry. I truly am.
I forgive you. You want to make it up to me? I forgive you.
That's so kind of you, giving me closure. I have so many loose ends, and not much time.
Waves eroding the people on shore until only the sand remained. The demon always spread like a virus. Air, just an audience full of awful curiosity.
Sam, do me a favour, go easy on Violet. If we need to get anything out of her, let me deal with it. She'll open up to me. What do you know about it? Yeah, I pulled in a few bug-eyed aliens, but they wouldn't confess. We've got a murder to solve. Can we talk about this later? Why? Well, then I've made a mistake. Whoops! A few hours in the cell works magic on most people, even tarot readers. Look, I see you're starting to care for these people already, but Violet's been watching them like a hawk. If you can convince her, you convince me. We've got a new target, Ellis Monroe. Ellis said she was in a relationship with Dorota. She kissed a girl and she liked it. She told you where John Pope, or Poe, is going to be next. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn was logged into a call centre system called Taratasm. I heard the recordings from last night. It's her voice. So as much as it pains me to say it, Bronwyn isn't a suspect, but Lexi and Rain still are. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Violet told you about her brush with aliens? You seem far too interested in those kind of things. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. And he keeps asking Ellis to pose nude. Could be motive. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
Plagued by insecurities about your ability, perhaps, to be... The thing is... Thank you for your dreams.
Alright, so what have we here today?
I actually think this one's a little bit clearer than other ones we've had on previous shows. This one is also heavy, because everything seems to be...
What do you know? I'm not sure that changes my mind. We're talking about a possible murderer, Sam. And you're sure it was her? Then it couldn't be her, could it? You want me to tell Claude, don't you? Sorry, I mean Chief DuPont. Fine, I'll call him.
Do you remember the Queen who was undressing? It's from there.
Oh, it's from Egypt.
Yes. So.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
A handheld mirror.
You're right. Well done, Monroe.
Claude.
It's something you might do your makeup in or check your hairstyle. By the way.
Thank you very much,
as usual. There's a reflecting mirror, but it was.
Chief, I wanted to ask you something.
Is it about the boudoir photo? What did you want to ask? Is it about the boudoir photos?
Yeah. So it's true then?
I haven't seen them. No. It's all tasteful stuff. Maybe a gift for you. I haven't seen them. I'm sorry. It's all
I didn't get them. Now I feel like I'm the only person who hasn't seen them.
What did you want to ask?
Am I still a suspect?
Yes. No. Yes. No.
Okay. Good. Listen, I think I might get out of this place soon. I need some space.
Yeah, that's part of it. Whistle.
Chief DuPont. Thanks for calling in.
I'm just checking your safe.
At the moment, my heart's beating 1,000 times a minute and I can't sit still. Every noise or knock on the door makes me jump out of my skin, and I keep looking behind me. Is that safe?
Have I ever let you down? What's really worrying you? Have I ever let you down?
Yes, actually. Last year? With Dennis, remember?
Dennis? But you're still here. Dennis?
Yes, Dennis. The stalker who broke into Radio August chloroformed me, tied me up, after stripping me down to my underwear. I told you about him 4, 5, 6 times, and you never did anything. Chief DuPont, yes. I'm scared. One to wake up to every day. What do you think, Poe? What do you think this perhaps could represent?
Well, Monroe, I think with the photos and the family, so I think there are. For Robin, because perhaps there are issues. Reconnect, or perhaps they can't reconnect, and they're feeling the pressure that they maybe have not attended to their family as they wanted to, or as the family had wanted to.
To painful emotion. They represent your past, Robin, so forgetting also suggests.
Never heard them together before. Rhymes, doesn't it? That's right, Sam, we don't. And Dennis isn't important because he's now Victor and works in a call centre in Sweden. So let's just keep our minds on the case, shall we? Fine. Let me do the paperwork. I'm starting to regret hiring you. Maybe you should concentrate on something else. We've got a new target. Alice Monroe. Alice said she was in a relationship with Dorota. She kissed a girl and she liked it. She told you where John Pope, or Poe, is going to be next. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn was logged into a call centre system called Taratasm. I heard the recordings from last night. It's her voice. So as much as it pains me to say it, Bronwyn isn't a suspect. But Lexi and Rain still are. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Violet told you about her brush with aliens? You seem far too interested in those kind of things. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. And he keeps asking Ellis to pose nude. Could be motive. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
And it's so easy here. There's so much theatricality surrounding this demon, this ghost of a phenomenon, so much ritual, so much awful curiosity. It made infecting one after another as easy as walking down the street past the tree. Field of stones. It started with
I've heard her on the radio, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I want to help though. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Although we can be sure of one thing. Not necessarily. If it's a traveler, then they just jump into any vessel, have their fun and go. It just needs to be someone nearby. A little bit. What did you want to know? A rite can take many forms, but from what we know about these travelers, it seems to be performing some kind of coming-of-age ceremony. Yes, a rite of passage. Running havoc in our dimension is rewarded in theirs. Not fair, is it? Three is a powerful number. There's a divine balance to it in our universe anyway. But maybe it doesn't mean anything where the traveler's from. Maybe 3 is just the carry-on limit for interdimensional travel. Was it a gold coin? That's more of a serial killer thing than a possessed by a traveler thing. It's a bit showy, but well, there's no guarantees. No. I can do a reading if you want. Chariot. Is Zach a suspect? I'm sensing there's a lot of tension, pent-up frustration, like he's trying to keep everything together, and if he can just do that... I'm sorry, that's not much help to you, is it? Yes, of course, anything. Why Violet? Do you think she's in danger? You don't think she's involved, do you? Leave it with me, I'll see what I can find out. And don't worry, I'll be super discreet.
Her red hair fanned out around her pillow as she laid back, holding the bottle above her, note on the pillow beside her.
Yes, I met her at the radio station. I was offering my services. Earning a living's tricky when you travel around as much as we do. And last time I checked, Violet wasn't offering us room and board for free. Yeah, she asked for a sample reading to show what I could do. No, he didn't seem all that interested. It's a shame. He seems like a man with lots of interesting demons. In Birmingham, it was a man called Yuri Harris. He worked as a butcher. He beheaded all 3 girls within hours of each other. And we couldn't stop it. He pleaded not guilty for reason of temporary insanity. The Butcher of Birmingham received 3 life sentences and won't be seeing the light of day anytime soon. We know it wasn't him, though. We know it was a traveller.
Poor soul to bear, tore her apart and bled out with her, her true final bedfellow.
So what's the news about Ellis? I feel so useless sitting here. I want to help. Yes, please use me. Tell me what to do. Who's that? Is he a suspect? I guess he must be. Okay, I'm on the case. Just give me a minute to get ready and I'll be off.
Quickly, always. He was a football player. Big.
It's 9 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Investigations into the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw are continuing this evening. Miss Shaw was found dead in her home at approximately 10 p.m. last night in what police are describing as a puzzling case. Residents are urged to be cautious until the perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. In other news, Monroe has been detained on urgent business, so you're stuck with me until she returns. Never fear, Monroe fans. We still have lots of pre-recordings, so you can relax with her angelic tones. That's 9 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Big for this poor soul to bear, tore him apart and drowned in the water. They didn't. Already too late. Knocked to the dirt. The next was another boy, slight for his age, like note they found in his room led them down the street, past the bridge, past the empty house to the forest. He was long dead when they found him.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Standing at the heads of graves in the field of stones. Until only the sand remained. The demon.
Chief, what a surprise to see you. Again.
Why didn't you tell me Ellis was next?
I told you Dorota was first. And that didn't turn out very well, did it? Let's hope Sam does a better job than you did.
Okay, Monroe, here's the object for today. Well done. It is made of silver.
It sort of looks like a whip. What the bra on the ends for?
A silver rattle and whistle. It was found within a sealed well at St. Augustine's, along.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Doesn't it?
It sounds awful.
Yeah, quite creepy. Oh. My nose. You're listening to Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Pull out of Jimmy's upside-down Toyota, clutching his spare magazine.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Lean into the Smith & Wesson. Lockdown sirens blare, but the cavalry's not.
Thank you for helping with the chief.
I'm not a monster, Bronwyn. I believe in justice too.
Do you believe Tara can predict things now?
I'm not one for mystics and crystal balls. I'm a Virgo.
It says you're lying about your alibi.
Did it really? Can it predict the murderer? No. Of course not. You'd have done that already.
She tore straight through his gut, pulling out his spine like an after.
What a day. Alice Monroe, then. Looks like our traveller likes redheads.
I wouldn't be so sure. Looks that way. I wouldn't be so sure.
Well, what then? Just young women in general? No. I think it's definitely looking for redheads.
Their evaluation, like the rest of Thacker's creations.
Bron, what are we going to do about Ellis?
What would you do about Ellis?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Let's think. What have we tried before?
A few times we've caught up with the traveller, nothing's worked.
Restraining them? Killing them? Talking to them?
Please don't kill that person. Okay, thanks. Oh no, look, you killed them anyway. You know that doesn't work, Bron.
But it's enough to send her sprinting directly for me. The second shot clips her side. The third misses. Her hospital gown smothered in blood. I put another there.
Who are you? What are you doing in my house? Get out now before I call the police!
Right through her skull. Spraying crimson, she spills. My legs fail, and I slide my back against the steel. Jimmy's empty gun falls to the floor. All that's left is my sobbing.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
You see here are 3 small metal bells. Square, metal square, and then it kind of looks like the tag you get on the zipper.
What is it, Ray?
I have a plan.
You do? Enlighten me.
Maybe Ellis should stay with us. Maybe Ellis should stay with Chief Dupont.
With his track record, I'm pretty sure he'd like to lock Ellis up, for safety. But it probably would break a couple of Geneva Conventions, even if it was for her own good.
We're not going to reproduce that here now. It's like a bell ringing in reverse. The purpose of most spirit chimes...
Hi, Rain. Did you miss me while I was gone?
So, Ellis Munro.
I'm honestly not going to try and worry about this one. We've told Sam, and I think that's all we can do.
Really? Well, what's Sam going to do?
I believe Sam is going to save Ellis. According to the Ouija, this could play out in a lot of different ways, but mostly saving Ellis.
What other ways?
Ellis could run, Ellis could die, Ellis could be saved, mistaken identity, someone else dies. There's a lot of noise coming from the beyond, but it's not just a load of voices saying Ellis will die. Sam's got this.
Welcome to Poe's Curiosity Shop. Today I've brought in a really cool object. So what...
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
They kind of look like semi-precious black eyes. They kind of look like this.
Point there with the alien look. But it's quite an ancient...
Lexicorn, how thin are these walls?
What do you mean the walls are thin?
I can hear you screaming at your Ouija board. Last night too. I feel like I've heard your whole life story.
What did you hear?
Does Sam like me? Is Violet a lesbian? Will Ellis die? Will Bronwyn die? That last one, don't worry about that.
Why not? Because you're immortal.
Och, aye. I am Bronwyn MacLeod from the Clan MacLeod, and I am immortal. You silly badger.
Perhaps.
Poe's Curiosity Shop is...
Our job is so stressful.
Tell me about it. Chasing around the unknown, trying to triumph good over evil, generally standing around helpless watching people die.
Why do we do it? Why don't we just quit? Why do we do it?
For me, it's a common decency thing. Hi, I'm Bronwyn. Did you know the Earth was overrun by trans-dimensional evil? Want to help fix it? Sure.
Trans-dimensional evil?
I'll read the manual, Lex. People are afraid of ghosts, zombies, and aliens. They never even think to consider the possibility that there are millions of universes, potentially with millions of predators, all far more evolved than we are. What are our chances of victory? Minuscule. But if we don't fight at all, 0.
You've interpreted so many dreams. She made her put everything back on the shelves. So it's almost someone puts a lot of... They have to...
Sorry, we're closed. Unless you're here for something else.
I'm a friend of Dorota's.
Dorota. I'm sorry about what happened.
Dorota told me things about you. Can I come in? Dorota told me things about you.
Things? That's ominously vague. I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Lexi.
Lexi? I like it. It's got an edge.
Dorota says she knew you. You're dating Violet, aren't you? I know what you did to Dorota. You're dating Violet, aren't you? Dorota says she knew you. You're dating Violet, aren't you? I know what you did to Dorota.
I didn't do anything to Dorota.
You killed her. You seduced her.
You make it sound so sordid. Dorota didn't do anything she didn't want to.
Dorota says she knew you. You're dating Violet, aren't you? Dorota says you're dating Violet, aren't you? Dorota says...
Yeah, she had a portrait session with me. Can I get you a drink?
No thanks. Sure.
Here, I've only got vodka. You're old enough to drink, right?
Of course. Does it matter? Of course.
Just checking. Have you ever thought about dyeing your hair red? I think it would suit you.
You're dating Violet, aren't you?
No, we're just friends.
That's not what you told Sam. That's not what Violet thinks.
Violet doesn't always see things clearly. It's fine. I know how to handle her.
Doesn't see what clearly? What do you mean, handle her?
I know how to talk to her. She's a sweetheart when you get to know her.
2 Christmases ago. Was never going to see any other kind of action, so I throw it late before I realize I'm still holding the gun. But I quickly... Hot. Officer Peters looks me up and down. She's hot too, but not as hot as the gun in the back of my pants. I wince. Yes.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
Nothing. Something catches her eye. She runs her fingers across the... I nod, worriedly. She nods appreciatively. Test as she sits down, but it's too late. She's definitely sitting on Vanessa's bleeding body. Vanessa's body's gone. Just the throw remains. Still stroking the couch, she continues. Why do you keep the quilt on it?
It's 9 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Investigations into the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw are continuing this evening. Miss Shaw was found dead in her home at approximately 10 p.m. last night in what police are describing as a puzzling case. Residents are urged to be cautious until the perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. In other news, Monroe has been detained on urgent business, so you're stuck with me until she returns. Never fear, Monroe fans. We still have lots of pre-recordings, so you can relax with her angelic tones. That's 9 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I know that voice. I turn and see Vanessa upright on the couch.
You're the detective. Monroe just called. This is madness. Who would want to hurt her? We've worked together for years. She's the light to my shade, the angel to my demon, the diamond to my lump of coal. She told me to say all those things. Heavens, no. I have a wife and 3 children, beloved spawn of my loins. Monroe and I are good friends, that's all. Only a madman. Or woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and Monroe. That was her idea. Our show. We were just another local radio station before that. It was Monroe who decided we should have a theme. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe. Don't tell me you haven't heard it, detective. That's what the Free Radio Project is all about. Uniting August via the airwaves. Monroe's been delivering free radios anywhere people might want to listen. Doctor surgeries, hairdressers, the guest house. I believe she charmed the local electrical store into donating them, in exchange for free advertising, of course. We interviewed her about her scholarship not too long ago. Do you think whoever killed Dorota plans to kill Monroe? What makes you think she's in danger? Tarot? Does this have anything to do with the gentleman who stopped by? On air, much of our broadcast is pre-recorded, but we always do the hourly news live. You know, this town is fascinating. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Have you ever read up on the real history of August? Then I won't bore you with it, although you're missing out on a superbly bloodthirsty tale. Dennis Piper, or Victor, as he's now known, an over-affectionate fan that read one too many Lovecraft novels, tried to sacrifice Alice, would you believe? Lucky I was here to save her. I've no idea what you're talking about, Sam. The thought that I could engineer a whole sordid scenario just so I could swoop in at the last minute and be Elle's knight in shining armor. Chilling. On that note, I should probably get back to the booth. The show must go on. Death threats be damned. Look after Monroe, detective. She's the only Monroe I've got.
I mean, that's interesting. So she wants to, at least the person she's observing in the dream is not, or does not want to.
Oh, it's you. I was hoping it might be Zach. No? Oh, him, yes. I've heard him on the radio. Never met in real life, though. Are you mocking me, Sam? No, I have never met the man. No. And I've got some very important news for him if he ever shows up. Yes. If he ever shows up. Yes, now I remember. It's the one in the hall. Sometimes cuts through the unbearable silence in this place. Not really. I expected her to be blonde for some reason.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Night.
Honestly, you don't. Once they're caught, a few hours later, they've hopped timelines into someone else. We just keep chasing them. continuously trying to stop them ruining lives. No, but they don't like being exposed. If Mercury pointed them out, they're already in trouble. We'd do a reading. Mercury would know.
I thought my heart would burst from my chest. It was pounding so hard.
Sorry, Sam, what can I do for you? Yeah, I always cry around this time of night. What's the point, Sam, huh? If we can't save them. Mercury is a curse. It's like some tourist guide for murders. I try for Lexi and Rain to make them think that we can make a difference, make a change, but we haven't so far. What if we can't make a change? Maybe if we could just save one person, Sam. Alice. We need to save her. We need to. Yes, she's definitely got a monkey on her back. I saw her get changed. She's got all these scars on her back in the shape of a monkey. Like they've been burned into her. What the hell happened to her, Sam? Yes, I managed to sneak a look at her laptop. She's been Googling Ellis Munro.
I left my door open as I cautiously walked back towards a body that lay unnatural.
It was weird. Zach thought he'd already met me. Why would that be, Sam? That's what I thought, although I'm sure he said my name. Anyway, I did find out one thing. He has a massive collection of books about serial killers. What's that about? He's off the radio. I don't really know him. Actually, I'm glad you're here. I really, really want to do a reading for you right now. You know, to help. Great. Let me just draw 3 cards for you. This is just a general reading. You don't need a question. Okay. Oh, the 2 of Cups. That's mysterious. Is there anyone you feel a spark of attraction to? Maybe someone you've met recently? The Lovers. I did not expect that. It seems this attraction has the potential to be life-changing, if you want it to be. And finally, the Knight of Cups. This card is about pursuing your heart's desire. I think it's time to tell that someone special how you really feel. Wow, what an interesting reading. Does it mean anything to you? You catch on quickly, don't you, Sam?
Much more shallow, and her grip weakened.
Don't confirm the existence of travelers. They're not ready.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Where did this happen? I looked down at the girl as her chest stopped, and she no longer gripped my hand. But I still clung to her hand. The blacktop rippled in front of me. It turned into waves that grew into a deeper and richer blue.
Hey, I'm going. There's too many people asking questions. It's exhausting. I'm off to stay at my aunt's. I'll come back tomorrow, but I've said everything I can say.
Phone clenched tightly in my hand. Sir? Sweat drenched my pajamas, and I was safe at home.
Violet, I'm actually a bit tied up at the moment. Well, in danger, actually.
3 stairs and nearly killed myself. Sleeping in the kitchen doorway. Garage and flipped on the lights. I fell down in the doorway and cried. My car was there. It was pristine.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
I pulled myself to my feet and headed towards the door. Proved that it wasn't real, just a vivid dream.
What can we do to help Ellis?
Haven't we done enough? Not many people get to know when they're going to die, let alone get the chance to avoid it. We've given Ellis a huge advantage.
So what should we do? Do you really think she's got it? So what should we do?
Honestly, I don't know. All 3 of us should stick together, though, so there's no confusion over our alibis this time.
I dropped the phone. I don't hear them.
What are you doing now?
I don't know. I don't want to lie about my alibi again, though. What should I do?
Log into Tarotasm. Stay with me. Log into Tarotasm.
Good idea. I'll stay in my room, log in, and wait for you to give me the all clear. Then they'll know I'm not a suspect. You're the best.
Home. And then the cashier makes her put everything back on the shelves, but it never ends. And every time she comes back to the cart, it seems more... Wow. I do like dreams like this, Poe. Please tell me what you think.
Yeah, so again, it's interesting. So it's an unresolved issue.
Very.
About recurring dreams.
Of course.
There's an unresolved issue here, but it's related to shopping, and I'm wondering what the shopping stands for, whether it's...
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain. Okay.
something, but they don't get redeemed for it. They have to put everything back the way it was.
Why do you think the killer's chosen Ellis?
Because she sees her as a threat. Or he.
Is shopping relates to needs and desires. So Gabby, what you're...
It's getting closer, isn't it?
Do you think this John Pope is involved? What's getting closer? Do you think this John Pope is involved?
I doubt it. As far as I know, they're live on air a lot of the time, and not sure he could have nipped out, murdered Dorota, and made it back for the news at 10.
So it could be him then?
It could be anyone. It could be you, Ray.
What's getting closer?
The event. Whatever's going to happen to Ellis. I can feel it.
that you have with someone should be equal, and you should be loved for who you are.
Hey.
How's the Ouija?
Full of annoying voices that aren't helping me. I've only just got back from the photographer's place, so I haven't had a chance to go at it yet.
Say anything about me?
I didn't ask it about you. Do you think I should?
No. Yes.
Alrighty, stay there and I'll think of a question. Okay, let's see. Oh dear. I asked it if you were still the same Rain I knew and loved.
Love you, she said. Then she cut off her face in front of me. It took a lot of effort with the butter knife. Plunging and trying to saw. Under her chin. Smiling mouth as part of her head tipped forward and free. I expected to see a dripping cross-section of frontal lobe.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
Your wardens have long since forgotten you. Free. If it hurt, and I passed out. Perhaps.
It's going to be soon. Whatever happens to Alice, it will be soon.
How do you know it's going to be soon?
I can sense it. Are you not picking anything up, Lex? There's a traveller nearby.
No. How do you know all this?
Mescaline mainly, but I don't recommend you try it. Do you really want to hear this?
Yeah.
At uni, I read a book by Aldous Huxley called The Doors of Perception. He takes mescaline and basically trips his balls off. And the party girl I used to be thought, yay. My experience wasn't anything like his, though. People looked like tiny rainbow outlines, and I would notice that some of them would just appear from nowhere. Those ones, the ones from nowhere, I think they're the travelers. They kind of merge into one person, and suddenly there's only one outline. That's what I see. But you, no drugs for you, young lady. Tea and nothing else, all right?
Oh, wow. That's what can happen when you sell something that guards against evil.
I think
So, aliens. Violet. What are we thinking, Lex?
Violet and aliens? Ray. Violet and aliens? Ray, why'd you pray for them?
Well, because right now, I can't think of anything else that would help.
Maybe try and get answers from the tarot?
The only tarot with real answers is Mercury, and Mercury asks the questions. So other than staring at it for the rest of the night, I'm out of ideas.
Violet and aliens?
Hasn't Bron told you? Violet said she was abducted by aliens, but not your usual stick me on a slab, call me grey type aliens. Aliens that decorate.
Decorating aliens? A traveller? Decorating aliens?
Strange, isn't it? Why would an alien decorate? Perhaps an alien that's not an alien?
If it's a traveller, why is it strangling people? Why August?
I have no idea. August is basically our Hellmouth.
Oh, so it's almost someone puts a lot of effort into something, but they don't get redeemed for it. They have to put everything.
Might need a promotion. I mean, keep going the way you're going and I might be... Well, so what I can tell you is shopping relates to needs and desires. So Gabby, what you're having dreams about?
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
Close with what he was saying, because the impression that I get from this dream and from your explanation of this dream, you might always be giving more to other people than you receive. You feel that others see you as someone else's significant other rather than actually having your own identity as yourself.
Elle, I'm so sorry. You mean everything to me. I won't let you die.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. It's you who's shrouded in darkness, my love. Elle, we must finish what we started.
Nope. What do you mean? Let's finish it.
Elle, I fell in love with you the first day we met. You ripped out my heart, diced it into pieces, and reshaped it in your form. I will always be yours, forever. Elle, will you marry me?
No. Yes!
Elle, I love you. You don't know how happy you've made me. My angel. My absolute angel.
Are you really married?
Yes, you've met my wife and family. They're sadly not actors I've hired to make my life look richer than it is. Tomorrow, I will tell her about us. And I will leave her. Another heart broken, another family destroyed. Another villainous father.
Is your wife gonna kill me? How long have we been together? Is your wife gonna kill me?
No. At least I don't think so. She doesn't know anything about us. Not yet, anyhow.
Throw it over Vanessa's body and open the door. It's almost too late before I realize I'm still holding.
Ellis, do you have the amethyst?
What amethyst?
Poe's amethyst pendant? The one we have the buyer for?
Poe's pendant? Poe's pendant?
Okay, we're playing silly buggers now. Don't worry about it. My buyer would have found something by the time you pitch up with it anyway.
Something catches her eye. Alpaca. I nod worriedly. She nods appreciatively. Mind if I try? I
I'm Zach Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Just the throw remains. Still stroking the couch, she continues.
Zach, the game is up. I think you should leave town.
What?
I know where you were last night. I followed you to Dorota's house. Well, I didn't know it was Dorota's house until we arrived. Call it women's intuition.
I was at the studio. You were at Dorota's.
Don't change the subject. Sam and Dupont will put two and two together.
And then what?
And then they're going to arrest you. You weren't there long, I suppose, but then I guess it doesn't take you long, does it?
You were spying on me.
I saw you leave her house, and then I went in. She was naked, lying radiant on the bed. What did I find in her closet? A wedding dress. Who was that for, Zach? Who was that for? I'm done covering for you. We're finished. You need to leave. Now.
Here, what do you want from me? I want you to help me make more onomats. Babies? No, silly. I mean like this. I moved towards her because I wanted to. It's your lucky day, she says. Yeah, you know what? Away with murder. It's my lucky day, I say.
Good evening, Zachary. That's for being a creep with Alice. Now get out of my radio station.
Go and tell the chief.
Dreams?
And nightmares.
So, Helen's written in with her dream, and she said that I was a caterpillar, slowly nibbling on a pair of purple curtains in my bedroom.
I'm Poe, and this is your August update. August update.
So she is a caterpillar, but I would think she wants to.
I'm sorry, can I help you?
I've just moved in next door.
It's not a very good time at the moment, I'm afraid.
Really? Anything I can help with? I'll just be off then.
No, not really.
Very much for writing in and speaking to us. I would like to just say to you that something private about your life, but you're worried that when you do, you will. Because the skin shedding relates to personal transformation.
Nice. Yeah.
Thank you for your dreams. You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe.
Arms wide.
John. I'm gonna be fine.
How long have we been together now?
On the radio? I started at Radio August about 2 years ago. Why?
Do you want me to leave my wife? No, I mean romantically.
You kissed me on the first day. Don't you remember? I was putting on my makeup and you came up behind me. I saw how you were watching me in the mirror. It made me feel alive.
Why didn't you tell me about Dorota?
What didn't I tell you about Dorota?
That you were sleeping with her. I'm giving you a chance to tell me now.
Can't we talk about this another time? It's just that it's late, and I'm about to get murdered. I thought you'd come to put your arms around me and tell me everything was going to be all right.
We need to talk about this now.
Stay at the radio, Poe. Sam's taking care of me now. I'm gonna be saved. Didn't you know? I love you.
I love you.
I believe I'm immortal. Robes billowing in the wind, shimmering into nothingness long before the ground. Scent is always the first sense to return.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Wide I dive.
Did you get a call from my doctor?
Your doctor did call.
Did you tell her I was being compliant?
I said you were taking the pills. Are you? I said you were taking the pills.
Thank you, Claude. I won't forget that.
You said you saw other heads when you were taken.
Yes. Other girls, younger than me. Nobody I recognised. They all had red hair.
Do you think this place is nearby? They all had red hair. Do you think this place is nearby?
Maybe. If there's some kind of film studio or something. The place didn't look like this place. My memories are vivid and clouded at the same time.
King Tut. The king ordered that Busan be shrunk by mystics, and the process caused the pain you see on his face. These tattoos are left unseen. Several were made, apparently. But as far as I can... Nosed.
Chief DuPont. Grave news indeed.
Will Ellis be safe with you here?
No. She wants me to keep broadcasting, which means I'll be booth-bound for most of the night. She'd be safer at home, with someone protecting her.
Can't I get someone else to handle the radio?
And murder Poe and Monroe? No, Chief DuPont. Ellis couldn't take that. Not tonight. We did think of asking you to do a guest evening at some point, though, if you're interested.
No, I don't want to dilute my brand. I would love to.
Then I will pencil you in, Chief. It would be an honor and a privilege. Sorry, I must go back to the broadcast. The radio, she calls me like a siren, and she must be obeyed.
All these different, perhaps different aspects of her life have holes in them, so all these different parts have issues. Issues in different aspects of her life, and she it's a perpetual
Yes, I'm surprised she told you about that. How did that come up? I see. There's a plethora of ways you could have protected your source, but instead you pretend you've been having breakfast with Alice. Maybe you should see a psychiatrist, Sam. I can recommend a good one. I didn't expect news to travel this fast. You can't tell anyone else. I've not told my wife yet. I think she should at least hear it from me. You ask the wrong question, Detective. Why now? Because of death. When a loved one, or you yourself, faces death, it makes you hold account of all your life decisions. Not marrying Alice would be my biggest regret. Yes, I love my wife and our children, and if she loves me, she'll let me go. Alice lights a fire in me my wife never found the fireplace for, let alone lit. You can't condone my actions, I understand. Divorce is strangely delicious. A great polarizing topic for society. So many people think it's clearly wrong. So many people think it's clearly acceptable. As the tide turns, the stigma fades. Enjoy your life, detective. I hope you pick once and pick right.
Your explanation is so much nicer.
Thank you for your dreams.
You're listening to Radio August, Dark Night with Poe and Monroe.
Night.
I couldn't do this without him. He looks out for me. He's my best friend. What do you know, Sam? He does? That's so sweet of him. But I could never do that. Then you've been very, very naughty. I delivered radios all over town. I don't think I should have bothered with some of them, though. I don't think... Violet, is it? I don't think Violet liked me very much. Maybe. I don't know why anyone would be threatened by me, though. I'm not interested in stealing anyone's man. I didn't steal Poe. He gave himself to me. It's not what it sounds like. Dorota lost her scholarship. She said it was an administrative error. She showed me the letter and everything. They tend not to report those kind of things, Sam. The money was for her, Sam, so she could have her dream of being a cellist. I wanted her to have her dream. It doesn't matter now. No, not exactly. I told him I was in trouble with credit cards, and he offered to bail me out. I asked if I could have one of his artifacts, and of course he gave it to me. I just want to make people happy. To put out into the world what I want back. Is that too much to ask? It hasn't made me happy yet, but maybe one day someone will.
I was holding my breath, afraid to get a whiff that would never let me sleep at night again. My legs felt like jello as I approached. One hand on the side of my car for support, the
Probably right here. Why? I didn't realize I was under house arrest. Thanks for the advice. I hope I'm not the only suspect. Why would she say that? That would put us both at the crime scene. Dorota was fine when I left her. She asked me to come over and watch her get her freak on, which I did, being the gentleman that I am. I misread the signal somewhat, as I thought I was supposed to join in, which was not the case. I think she threw a teddy bear at me or something. After that I left. I had no idea Violet was spying on me. Don't get excited, detective. I did a criminology course. They make you buy the books.
My hand over hers.
Sam, I've got some heavy rain news. Lawrence Petrovsky, that's his real name, and no, he's not a Russian spy. But he does have a criminal record. He was charged with the murder of a 21-year-old artist. Looks like he got off on a technicality by all accounts. About 3 months ago in Hong Kong. Be careful, Sam. If you're going to ask him about this, it could be a flight risk. And you know, there's a good chance he could be the killer. Door's behind you. Yeah, Dr. Tanner. She's checking up on Violet. Why are you still giving her a hard time about this? She's had it tough enough already. She wanted to check Violet was taking her pills. Apparently Violet told her to call me to confirm. She's dealing with a lot of things, just so go easy. The doctor said the aliens are delusions, a side effect of her previous alcoholism. She's been sober 6 months, and I don't want to change that, Sam. The neuropathy she suffered due to alcohol is causing her problems. The pills are to try to help with that, but I guess they have side effects too. Memory loss. She's not a monster, just a little girl lost. She was drinking to forget. She ran with a bad crowd a few years ago. They branded their backs with symbols, basically a cult. The leaders were imprisoned, but they left a lot of baggage behind. You won't get any mileage talking to her about it, I assure you. Rain's still a suspect. No corroborated alibi. Bronwyn Castle has one, Lexi Taylor doesn't. I got my search back on Rain, or Petrovsky, as we should call him. He's got priors that you're looking into. Rain met Ellis when he was touting for work. He gets around quickly. Zach seems to be a fan of serial killers. At least, you've told me he has an extensive book collection on them. Ellis knows Violet because of the free radio project. Violet's been doing some web searches on Ellis. You think that's a jealous streak. I think it's a sign of the times. You've still not accepted my friend request, have you? Ellis thinks Violet doesn't like her very much. I'm not sure I like you very much. Where's the proof? Violet's just admitted being at the crime scene last night with Zach. It's not looking good for Zach now. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. I think you've narrowed it down to Zach, Rain, and Lexi. That's just my professional opinion, mind you. Feel free to ignore the person who hired you. That's it.
It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update. Investigations deepen into last night's murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw, a talented cellist who had recently been granted a place at Juilliard, was found strangled at her home last night. With the murderer still at large, Chief DuPont has urged residents to remain calm and stresses there is almost no chance of anyone else being harmed. Alice, if you're listening, let me know you're okay. In other news, a handful of August residents have reported seeing strange lights in the sky earlier this evening. The lights, which witnesses describe as searingly bright, were spotted over the east edge of town, past the fire station. Have you seen any strange lights? Or for that matter, little green men? Let me know. That's 10 o'clock with tahu.
August's gone crazy tonight. I've just got off the phone with someone who thinks they saw a UFO on one of the nights that Violet went missing. Aliens would be normal right now. Anyway, now you're here, it's time. What do you suggest we do with Ellis Monroe? Monroe's a local treasure around here, Sam. Don't let anything happen to her.
Sam, I'm not sure. Do you think you can stop someone from trying to kill me? That's all I needed to hear. Thanks for staying with me, Sam. I know it's dangerous. I don't know why you're here, but I'm glad you are. It's almost 10 o'clock, Sam. When's it going to be over? You said Bronwyn will call when it's safe. Should we call them now? Or are we just supposed to wait? Shouldn't I stay with you? Isn't that why you're here? Okay. But I don't want to go far. I'll just be in the pantry. Let me know when it's safe.
Where's Ellis? Sam, where the hell is Ellis?
I'm here. I was just hiding. Sorry.
Ellis, thank God. I've been outside all the time, okay? Bronwyn Castle just called. She said the danger is over. They've done a new reading. There's another victim now. Look, Danny's outside. He's going to take you somewhere safe, okay? Sam, I think you should find out who the next victim's going to be. Then come and see me in my office.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm Poe, and this is your August update. Police investigating the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw say they are getting closer to apprehending the killer. The death of Miss Shaw, who was found strangled at her home late last night, has sparked a massive police operation and caused alarm amongst August residents. Monroe has some personal business to attend to, but she sends you all her love and hopes to be back on the air tomorrow. And Monroe, if you can hear me, I'm sending my love out to you too. That's 11 o'clock with Poe.
Sam, I have some bad news. We've done a group reading, and it's you. I don't know, Sam. I don't know what to say. It's normally a death sentence, but with you, it might be different. I think you've interfered too much. That's why you're the next target. I've called Chief DuPont already. He's asked that you meet with him. You should go, Sam. Be careful.
Sam, it's almost midnight. You're still alive. This is a good thing, but no one's even attempted to kill you yet. You've given me a lot of evidence, enough to arrest someone. But who? Make the right decision, and you should be safe. If we don't, well, we've all got to sleep at some point. I can get someone to guard your room at the guest house, but it might not be enough. So, Sam, who should I arrest? During that whole thing with Alice, the only people I couldn't keep track of were Rain, Zach, and Violet. I don't want to believe it's Violet, but that's why you're here. You're impartial. Out of those three names, who was with Dorota at the time of her murder, or who has an alibi that doesn't check out? This is on you, Sam. Just give me a name. Violet, are you sure? Fine. Okay, I trust you, Sam. I just hope you know what you're doing. I'll get the paperwork drawn up, we'll get Violet in. See if we can't get a confession to something.
I'm sorry. That was in bad taste. Bronwyn asked me to check that you're okay, and you seem to be. Well done catching a killer, by the way. Well, hopefully you did. Scream if you need me.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and this is Poe with your August update. We don't normally have them at this time, but since there's a killer on the loose, I feel it's my duty to keep the radio station manned. I personally spoke with Chief DuPont earlier, and he thinks they're close to catching the killer. Until that happens, though, please lock your doors and stay inside. Remain vigilant. The light has faded, and so has my fortitude. I see things in shadows, behind doors and under desks. I hear the chattering of teeth and the glee of insects waiting to feed on me. The studio undulates like a heart that beats its last beats. I can't go on. I must to bed. Forgive me, Lady August. Forgive me.
Hello, sleepyhead. I'm so glad to see you alive. There is no next victim. Violet's locked up. She's being charged for murder. Travelers don't like being incarcerated, so they'll have jumped realities already. It's not something that a jury will believe. The shell they've left behind won't remember what they've done. And spend a life in prison. All we can do is try and stop the next one. Sam, come with us, please. We could really use someone like you and, well, just, will you? Really? Oh, Sam, that's wonderful. Let's finish packing and we can leave this afternoon. Sam, thank you. We're going to change lives, believe me.
Hey, sweet cheeks. You did good. Real good. You win. Alexi hug. Sam, I'm just going to say it because you only live once and all that. Sam, I think I've fallen for you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. It's out there now. We can get on with our lives. I see. Nice thing. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Heart wants what it wants. Perhaps you should go for a while so I can have a little cry. I'll be okay though.
Sam, you're safe. Thank Christ. Sorry. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, I know. There's been a lot of death going around. Look, however this pans out, I just wanted to say thank you. Chief DuPont was going to screw everything, but you kept it all together. The riot was stopped. But there's tens, if not hundreds, going on all the time, so we got to keep going. I don't know if Bron asked in the end, but I hope you're coming with us. I really do.
I didn't think you'd leave without saying goodbye. People do horrible things to people every day. I'm just glad there's someone like you around to save us. I mean, Everyone needs a little saving from time to time. Even me. Sam, you already did. That's why I'm here talking to you. And I won't forget it. Heroes don't always get on the news, but they always burn bright in the hearts of the people they save. You have an impact, Sam. Everyone does. They just forget. Keep saving people for me, you hear? Bye, Sam.
Sam, you did good. I thought you would. I mean, not that I've got a signed confession or anything. Yet. Apparently, they don't remember anything about the murders, but Bronwyn seems pretty convinced it's over. Well done. I hear you're leaving town with the tarot readers. That's a real big shame. You were starting to fit in here. But good luck to you. You're doing what many of us have died trying. Leaving August. And I've stuck to my word. That problem you had, I buried it. The coroner's report is going to say the woman was dead when you arrived, not after. I don't personally believe in exorcism or anything like that, but over the last 24 hours, I'm starting to think things aren't as cut and dried as I'd like them to be. You're a good person, Sam. At least that's definitely how it looks from the outside.
I am Dorota. I am 21 years old. I love playing cello, and I just been awarded a scholarship to Juilliard. I just love cello. I love all string instruments, but cello is rich and deep and soothing, at least to me. No, cello is my hobby, but my real passion is... It's silly, it sounds silly. Well, I would like to build a time machine. I know. But it is possible. I think people make mistakes. They do things they regret and they say things they don't mean. I want to go back in time. I want to make better choices.
You know why you're here, don't you? Because you did well. And you know what happens when you do well? Augmentation. Congratulations, Agent 3.13. Welcome to 3.14. Debriefing 3204, Birmingham. Transmit. And we're ready. Are you human? Debrief complete. Agent ready. You can go.
Oke lah guys, setelah selesai ini Shapeshifting Detective ini telah selesai dimainkan, dan juga rupanya si Violet lah yang jadi tersangka utama di dalam pembunuhan berantai ini. Wow, nggak nyangka sih yang si rambut merah ini. Dan yang masih kepikiran itu anak kecil itu siapa ya? Apa itu cuman halusinasi? Kalau halusinasi, kenapa aku juga bisa melihat gitu sebagai si Sam-nya? Waduh. Nah, ini dia rupanya. Good. Rupanya di sini saya mendapatkan good ending. Bagus loh. Tadi asal tebak tadi sebenarnya udah kepikir sih daripada awalnya itu, awal ceritanya kenapa rambut merah tuh cuma rambut merah itu si Violet, ya kan? Dia ngapain bawa gunting ke belakang badannya itu? Tuh gunting dia mutar-mutar udah gitu. Nah ini dia pas lagi jalan ke belakang dia ada bawa gunting, itu berarti dia menandakan untuk merencanakan sesuatu gitu. Dan juga si Alice untuk tadi di rumah diam di situ, kusuruh hiding, sembunyi, karena siapa tahu yang pelaku itu si Alice, si Violet itu datang ke rumahnya bunuh dia. Kan sasarannya kan nggak mungkin, kalau dia itu sasar ke pembunuh berantai kan nggak mungkin bunuh orang yang nggak ditargetkan dia, pasti bunuh orang yang ditargetkan dia. Makanya aku berada di rumah itu, aku bilang aku still di sini, aku tinggal di sini, dan dirimu sembunyi aja supaya nggak ketahuan gitu. Dan rencana kita berhasil. Target terakhirnya adalah si detektif itu sendiri, si Sam. Karena si Sam itu mungkin menurut si Violet ya, suka menggagalkan rencana gitu, menggagalkan rencana si Violet untuk membunuh orang-orang tersebut. Wah, ending yang tak terduga, Bung. Sempat aku asal milih gak tahu lagi gimana. Tapi aku masih bingung. Pas di ending terakhir, kita tuh menjadi agen. Agen sebelumnya itu kan 313. Sekarang kita menjadi agen 314. Nah, baguslah. Orang-orang di sini jadi teman kita semua kecuali si Violet. Wah, benar-benar ending yang bagus, Bung. Tapi ya berburuk sangka juga sih sama si Jack. Ya, namanya juga detektif ya. Terima kasih telah menonton, guys. Semoga kalian terhibur oleh Waltrock ya ini. Iya, Waltrock daripada game The Shapeshifting Detective ini. Walaupun awal-awalnya bingung karena mau tekan apa kan, mau kayak mana, rupanya semua karakter di sini tuh bisa dijalankan gitu. Bisa memilih satu sama lain gitu. Wow. Gue pikir cuma si Sam aja gitu jadi detektif. Tapi ya bagus lah. Dan gitu kita lebih leluasa, dan rupanya di sini game ini tuh sampai 4,5 jam ya. 4,5 jam waktu untuk memainkan semua karakter itu. Oke lah. Terima kasih guys telah menonton. Sampai jumpa di next video game ya. Di next video game selanjutnya. Bye bye.